Ecuador just beat Germany at the World Cup. Here is exactly how that happened. 5 facts explain one of the biggest shocks of the entire tournament. And one of them involves a manager getting emotional in front of the entire world's media. Germany arrived in New Jersey looking to make it 3 wins from 3. A perfect group stage. The kind of dominant form that had already produced a 7-goal demolition earlier in the tournament. Ecuador needed a win just to survive. Anything less and their World Cup was over. Here is what nobody expected. Ecuador fell behind early. An early deficit that should have crushed any realistic hope of an upset against one of the tournament favorites. They did not fold. They rallied. Goal after goal turned an early deficit into one of the most dramatic comebacks of the entire group stage. Germany's manager admitted afterward his team simply failed to find their rhythm in the second half. No excuses. No complaints about luck. A direct, honest admission that Ecuador deserved exactly what they got. That matters. Elite managers rarely concede credit that cleanly. When they do, it tells you the result was not a fluke. Now the emotional layer. Ecuador's head coach spoke to reporters after the match and became visibly emotional discussing his players. He told them directly he did not need a result to know their worth. He called them a process, not a result. A team built on family-like bonds that helps them through difficult moments. That is the kind of quote that explains exactly how an underdog team finds something extra when the entire tournament narrative says they should not. Ecuador's fans stayed in the stadium long after the final whistle. Players draped themselves in their national flag. Genuine, unscripted celebration from a team that had absolutely nothing guaranteed walking into this match. Here is the bigger context that makes this even more remarkable. This happened on what is already being called a record-setting day at this World Cup. Australia advanced. Côte d'Ivoire advanced. The Netherlands, Japan and Sweden all secured their places in the knockout stage on the very same day. Multiple genuine shocks, multiple emotional storylines, all unfolding within hours of each other across different stadiums. For Germany, this result raises serious questions heading into the knockout stage. A team many considered genuine title contenders after their dominant opening victories has now shown real vulnerability at exactly the wrong moment. For Ecuador, this is the kind of result that defines a nation's entire World Cup history. Beating Germany, regardless of context, regardless of group stage standings, is the type of match a country remembers for generations. The expanded 48-team format keeps producing exactly these moments. Bigger gaps between strong and weak nations on paper, but also more chances for a genuinely committed underdog to find one perfect night. Tonight in New Jersey, Ecuador found theirs. Which result has shocked you most this World Cup so far? Drop your answer in the comments. You're welcome.